Let's move to the crypto space now. We've had our commodity talks. So
Right.
let's go to crypto space
Yeah.
now with Ladi. Ladi, are you smiling this morning?
I'm smiling,
do I
but
see smile
the
on your
market
face?
is not smiling. I'm smiling because my prophecy, the one we talked about earlier, didn't come through because sell-offs came earlier than expected. I was expecting those sell-offs to come out
so you're not,
around Thursday. I guess I'm not the prophet.
Are you a fake prophet?
Maybe not fake, maybe just not a prophet. And we're seeing the market back in extreme fear again, deeper into extreme fear today at 21 points. Talking about the sentiment in the crypto space this morning. We saw the sell-offs yesterday, thanks to the NASDAQ there dropping almost 4% yesterday. And we've talked about the correlation between the Bitcoin market and the tech-heavy NASDAQ, and we've seen that play out today. Market cap down about $1.78 trillion. It's down 4%. Volume traded in the total crypto space is down this morning about 2.31%. Due to the sell-offs we saw, Bitcoin dominance, 41.13%, and we see price of Bitcoin lost that $40,000 range. It's back to the $38,000 point, down 4.65%. Volume traded $34.16 billion, and we see Ethereum also losing a $3,000 mark, down about 4.26%. Volume traded $19.43 billion, and we see it's all red at the top alts by market cap. No coin is spared at this point except for ZRX I saw earlier topping the gainers counter. All right, now for our conversation, let's have Amari Sachet. We're talking about this report. Hello, Amari, great to have you.
Hey, great to be here.
Yeah, so Bitcoin mining, we've had those concerns about how much electricity, Bitcoin mining, consumes. And now there's a report saying that usage in the first quarter, electricity usage in the first quarter dropped by 25%. Is this, saying Bitcoin is not consuming as much anymore, or is anything being done at this point?
So yeah, Bitcoin is not consuming as much electricity anymore. It comes from two factors, essentially. The first one is that over the past year or so, the price of Bitcoin has been going down, and therefore there is less revenue to make for miners. And so if there is less revenue to make, then they're gonna spend less of that revenue on electricity. And on the other end, the price of electricity have increased, right? So at the end of the day, what that means is that the number of people who can mine in an economical fashion without losing money has reduced, right? And some of those miners have to stop operation. In the short term, that's a bad news, right? That means that the market is not doing good. But in the mid to long term, that's actually a pretty good news for crypto enthusiasts, because that means that the supply and demand are re-equilibrating, right? If miners are closing, those miners, they had to sell crypto to pay for their electricity bill, right? And so that's supply that's coming on the market. And so, by the law of supply of demand, that's a depreciation of the price. So as, we don't spend so much electricity on mining, then less coins are going to hit the market. And as a result, we can go through a consolidation phase and, within a few months, probably going back up again. But, the price we pay for that is less security on the network because, there are less miners that are securing the network. But, on Bitcoin, it's been pretty high for a pretty long time. There have been no attacks on the network that have been successful on that front. So it's probably okay. For smaller coins, like eCash or Bitcoin Cash, it's a bit more of a concern maybe, but when it comes to eCash, we are releasing a technology, either late this month or in May to prevent any problem on that front. So we should be good.
So that means most of the forks of Bitcoin are actually mined the same way. And if the market turns, turns bullish, then we might see these prices actually start turning up again.
Yeah, it's probably gonna take some times, right? It's not something that's gonna happen tomorrow, because before that happens, you need to have some consolidation, right? Those miners that are not economical anymore, they're gonna have to pay for the expense. They're going to have to sell the hardware maybe to other miners that are more efficient. So all of that, it's probably going to take a few weeks, probably even a few months before it's all settled down. But after that, we should see a decrease in the amount of coins that come on the market from the mining side of the market, which means that, by the law of supply and demand, it should be better for holders.
All right, but just a hypothetical, situation. Now, take, for instance, energy prices are so high and miners, don't want to mine Bitcoin anymore. What happens to the network?
Not much, right? Because what happens is that if less people mine on Bitcoin, it becomes easier to mine. And if more people mine, it becomes harder to mine, right? So if electricity price raised by a lot and much less people can mine, then a lot of people are going to stop. And for the one that remains, it's going to become easier. And the network is going to continue to chug along.
Quite interesting. Thank you, Amari Sesay. Always great having your expertise, when it comes to Bitcoin and mining. Thank you so much. All right, so top of the market cap, we see it's all red on that counter, and you see Cardano there down about 5.37%, eCash down 6.54%, and the XRP still at 60 cents range there, down about 3.79%. It's bloody red, but we're seeing ZRX there topping the gainers counter with a nice 11.29% rise this morning. So, and it's not all doom and gloom in the market. Some also doing well, like the APE and ZRX, and we see all the stable coins there showing that traders are running into stable currency at this point.
Yeah,
they're very afraid.
At this time.
Hedging, time to hedge.
All right, Ladi, thank you so much for that update from the crypto space.
Thank you.